I'm Arthur Perkins, and this is AP Gaming Real. You could be literally anywhere else in the world right now, but you have chosen to be here with us. So let us not punish you for
Season
your
2,
mistake.
baby. Season 2.
This isn't
You
season
got the
2.
new
It's just
overlay.
episode 13.
It's
The old
season 2. You got new
overlay had a lot of haters. That's all I'll say.
You got the new anime OP. It's great.
There's
There's a lot of people standing on rocks looking
heroic. Also tragic a little bit. Look, man, there was a few shows where I described the anime OP of what that show would be, and then people started adding to it, and I was worried that someone would like animate that shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to be careful because like the anime OP for this particular show like spoils the entire plot line of it. Shows characters that haven't been introduced.
Yeah, of course. Like Rising of the Shield Hero literally shows the like final episode of the season in the last 30 seconds.
What would happen is like you have the whole thing, but it only like play up until where we are, and then it would restart and just go up to where we are, and then restart and go up to where we are.
Did anyone here ever play a game called Wild Arms 2? PlayStation.
Wild Arms.
Wild Arms. Just Wild Arms 1. All right, so Wild Arms 2.
Cowboy one?
Familiar.
Yeah, it was
like
so
Western themed, yeah.
Yeah, it was a super Western themed, time traveling, flying on a dragon, magical girl. Look, this game was fucked up. There's so much shit in it. There's like a vampire that you meet that's a time traveler, and the first time you meet them, they're like, "Hey, I know everything about you," and you're like, "What the fuck is happening?" And then in like the last 10 seconds of the game, you're like, "Oh, I just met this vampire for the first time." Now she's on my team.
Hearts is fucked up.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts is fucked up. So anyway, the thing about Wild Arms 2 was the further you got in the game, the opening movie would change to reflect how far into the game you were, and it was anime as fuck.
Wow.
It was like hand-drawn animation bullshit. It was amazing. It was amazing.
That does sound pretty good. What'd you call it? Wild Arms?
Wild Arms 2.
I think
Very old.
Is that the one with like the guy No, that's Warriors. Sorry, I'm getting my Western games. There's like 4 of them. Well, there used to be 4 of them. Now there's like
400 of them.
Yeah. Now there's 6. Yeah. Yeah. Before we do introductions, hi, I'm Dave, whatever, blah, blah. I want to talk about books.
Yeah, you just hijacked it. Yeah, what book are we talking about?
Talk about
You sound like you have a specific book you want to talk about rather than books in general.
So the last couple of months, I've been like getting back into reading because, like,
must have been hard.
I went from streaming basically at all hours of the day, trying to get, and now I'm working a normal 9 to 5. But I like during the night, I don't need so much sleep, right? My wife will go to bed at like 10, 11, whatever. But then I'm up for like 5 more hours, just mentally just doing gymnastics and shit. So I started reading in that time, right? So I read a book series called what is the demon shit. It starts with the Warded Man. Hang on, I can look this up. Demon Cycle. It's called the Demon Cycle. And it's really good, but at the same time, it has this really, really interesting aesthetic that would translate really well to an RPG game. And I'm so close to pulling the pin on doing it. I finished that series. It was 5 books, and I started reading another one, which I'm halfway through the first book now. The Lightbringer series. Some people must know what that one is. It's about dudes that can cast magic spells by like looking at like different subsections of color from light and stuff like that. So, you know, they wear like spectacles to like see more red, and then they pull red into their body and cast like magic shit with red. And
you'd like Warbreaker, man.
Yeah, it goes into like super hardcore, like deep, like magic lore shit. It's really cool. I like it. Like there are like, and then there's like a prism. He can cast all the colors. And then there's like certain people can only cast one color and blah, blah, blah. It's really cool. So, I mean, like, I'm reading all these books and I'm just struggling because every time I read them, it's like, oh man, I could just make a role-playing game out of this and it would be so good. Or just
I got a better suggestion for you, Dave. I got a reverse suggestion. All right. There's an author named Sam Sykes who started off a series with a book called The City Stained Red. He is a huge D&D player, and his series is basically a tabletop RPG party in every way. It's got your typical lizard dragon man. It's got your angry wizard who's like 12 years old and is busy blowing people up for fun. They go around, they're just trying to get enough money to live and end up causing a plague in a city and reviving an ancient god. And man, this shit
Did he just play D&D and then make a fucking book series out of everything that happened?
Man. Shit is amazing. Has graphic depictions of people taking a poop.
Oh,
That's what you need in your D&D game. It's just one description.
I was going to do that tonight, but
now you've got Spoot's interest. Now you can talk about taking a dump. He's all bored.
And we have video, so I mean, we can show.
I mean, like, if someone wants to write a novel about New Game Plus, there would be like an entire chapter dedicated to people asking questions about how dragons have sex, because
they just lay there. Look, as far as you know from the esteemed dragonologist of the backlands of Cowboyville, dragons rip open people's innards and then lay the eggs in there and use your body's nutrients in order to raise the eggs. I want to point out, these are not dragonologists. They're kobolds and people who live in the very farthest reaches of civilization.
Arthur, so I can only get
anyway,
turned on. Please.
So I was going to
Chapter
ask
17,
you,
Constitution check.
Would be a great name for a chapter title.
Oh my god.
So Arthur, have you ever read any books that you've just like intrinsically wanted to build a system out of, or like theme a D&D game over, or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I've done it. Plus, there was the Mistborn series, which was an excellent bunch of books by Brandon Sanderson, which they made into a tabletop role-playing game. That's excellent.
That everyone keeps telling me to read that, but I sort of look at that and go, man, I can't, because I know what it turned into. You know, like
What do you mean you know what it turned into?
Like, I've played Mistborn before, and I would look at it and just be like, okay, this is happening.
What do you mean you played Mistborn before?
I've played Mistborn.
Oh, okay. Look, man, let me throw you in another direction.
Yeah,
On
right?
Sanderson's website, you can read Warbreaker for free. He's got his entire original early draft of Warbreaker up there. It is about colors and shit. Where like the more magic power you hold, the deeper of shades of colors you can see. So people are like, I can see 5 million colors, and then one guy's like, nothing personal, kid, but I can see 25 million shades of colors. And everyone's like, oh shit, he's so powerful.
Is that like someone going, how much you bench, bro?
Yeah, exactly. Put with colors.
Oh, really?
And then one of those tiny mantis shrimp shows up. Those tiny mantis shrimp that can see like billions of colors shows up and like
in the ultraviolet and shit like that. It's like, oh yeah. But anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about. And now
We can do introductions.
Yeah.
All right, we'll start
that
with
was
you
my
last,
introduction.
Dave. We're gonna go with Atomikspoon first. You look distracted, so I decided to throw it immediately to you.
Yeah, I was. I have my aunt's staying with us. Anyway, I'm Atomikspoon. I play games on the internet and swear at people.
Okay.
I've been trying to build a cat tree in my garage the past 2 weeks, and I'm not satisfied, so I keep taking it apart and doing it from scratch.
And now, what exactly does a cat need in a cat tree?
Well, my cat can climb. He can go from the floor probably almost 2 meters into the air up a wall, so it needs to be high. And I'm just paranoid.
Why don't you just put a little hammock in the corner and on the roof?
He doesn't. He wants shit that he can climb.
A hammock?
With like a rope ladder going
I don't know
down.
that a cat has ever used a hammock successfully.
I've seen it before, but no, I'm building like a whole fucking thing. But anyway, that's what I've been doing, and then playing the new Warcraft raids have been out. It's been fun, much more enjoyable than the last one. So
Even better, put a shelf like up really high,
yeah,
right, and then put a box on it.
well, I'm gonna put shelves along the wall like that he can climb up and shit at some point. I just haven't got around to it.
Because if it's anything like my dog or any other pet that I know in existence, right? The moment you give it something is the moment it will never use it ever.
Yep. Well, like my cat's favorite toy are fucking pipe cleaners, like the little fuzzy whatever. That's just, you know, give him toys, you don't give a shit. Pipe cleaners all over it. So
My
Sweet
old cat
by
like the rings off the milk milk cartons.
like the red, like the thing that
Yeah, that you like
keep
peel
on.
off to unscrew. Just throw that shit on the floor. I never had to buy him a cat toy. Just those
Yeah.
fucking things.
I only ever get him catnip toys. That's all I get him.
Ronan, we buy Ronan toys, but he will leave them alone for months. And we're just like, fuck it, why did we get that for you? And then one day he'll pick it up and then never touch it again. And we're like, okay, I guess that's his entire time with that toy. And then he'll go back to the one toy that's beaten the fuck out of and just completely destroyed and surgically survived twice.
At my apartment, when I moved out, I looked under the bed. You know, I didn't store anything under there and think about it. And the cat had built like fucking Hadrian's Wall out of fucking all the pins in the apartment. He had just been stealing all the pins and pencils and building like just a pile under the bed. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Your cat's a hoarder, man.
Yeah, I know. It's like a fucking ferret.
Sweet.
If I have all the writing utensils, they can't call for help.
Yeah, unfortunately
Okay.
for him, I'm a loudmouth, so it doesn't really work. But I haven't been doing anything exciting, really.
All right. Well, speaking of someone who doesn't do anything exciting, let's talk to Spootnik. Spoot didn't know where I was going to go with that. He was like, "Is it me?"
No, I figured it was me. That's apt. So moving on. No.
You did some ramen shit though. How was that?
Wow.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I decided to be a crazy person and make ramen from scratch over the weekend.
How
You
scratch are we
fucking
talking about?
stupid.
Like you made your own noodles?
I did not. The noodles were the only thing I didn't make from scratch because I've made noodles from scratch before. But I mean, I went to the Asian market and like got all the ingredients. The broth literally cooked for like 12 hours.
Did you use a pressure cooker or no?
No, straight up in a fucking.
You're doing
kettle
it
on the
wrong then,
stove.
dude. Dude, come on now. You lost like half of that shit.
No. I ended up with like 7 or 8 quarts of broth out of it, so I did pretty good.
That's like what, 3 bowls of ramen if you're doing it right.
Jesus, how big of a bowl do you drink, son?
I also I roasted pork belly, and that was delicious.
I want to know how you did this. What did you use? Because there's I've heard that you can't use too much rub, but
No, I
What did
didn't
you
use
do?
any rub at all. For the pork belly, all I used was mirin, soy sauce, garlic, green onions, and a little bit of water. And
Hell
just
yeah.
roasted it at like 300 degrees for 4.5 hours, and it came out crispy and delicious. The broth was basically a shitload of chopped up pig's feet, and some onion and shallot and green onions and garlic, and that was it. And then I made like the seasoning liquid for it.
this is definitely not one of your pauper meals then, is it?
No. Well, the thing is, like, it wasn't the actual mechanics of doing it was not difficult. It was mostly just chop some shit up real quick, throw it in a pot, and don't fucking touch it for hours. The difficulty, and while it did taste good, I don't want to say I was 100% happy with the results. Is getting the balance of flavor correctly and getting the seasoning correctly, because you're not using a whole lot of stuff to season it with. So I took some notes, and the next time I do it, which will be probably 8 years from now, it'll be even better. Yeah, I mean, I like to cook things. I used to be a chef for a while, but I like to cook things that I've never done before. And ramen was always one of those things that was like sort of out here that I was like, I really want to do that, but if it takes so fucking long, and if I cook it up, then like I've literally wasted an entire day.
Yep.
And I wouldn't say that it was a waste. It was still delicious. I had my girlfriend and I, we had like 3 or 4 other people over, and we drank a bunch of sake and ate all this shit, and
Get fucked up on snow peas.
yeah, it was good, but it would have been so much easier just to go to my local ramen restaurant and get takeout.
Well, the other thing is too, I mean, like all that shit you just described, you throw it in a pressure cooker and it does the same shit in half the time, you know?
Yeah, and I get that, but like the first time I cook something new, especially something like this, I don't ever want to take a shortcut. I want to look up a traditional recipe and, you know, follow it as closely as I can, and see what happens. Because I feel like if you start by taking shortcuts and speeding up the process, you're not. It's like you're learning how to do calculus before you learn how to do basic math functions. You know what I mean?
All right, let me ask you this: you a salty broth man, or you like your weak shit?
No. It's got to be salty. And so there's a component called tare, and basically it is soy sauce, mirin, salt, and you make like a dashi, which is basically you take some like dried kale.
It's the equivalent of like Japanese salt food.
Yeah,
hash.
Yeah, and you know you do all that, and I don't think that I seasoned the tare quite right, or I didn't use enough when I was plating, because basically you put the tare in the bottom of the bowl, then you put the hot broth over it, and all of your other stuff goes into it after that. So I needed to make more tare for the amount of people that were there, because by the time I had divided it among like 6 bowls, it was all gone. I didn't have any more. So like I had to add salt and stuff like that just to give it a little bit more flavor. But it was interesting. I enjoyed it. I always enjoy cooking, and I enjoyed doing it. I mean, I got up at 6 o'clock and 5:45 in the morning, and people came over
for one meal.
Yeah. And that's the thing, and that's why I'm saying it's I don't regret.
Now imagine if that was your life, dude. Imagine if you were making ramen every day.
Oh yeah, it's crazy, absolutely. But I
get it done to a science.
Yeah, and I never. So the cool thing about it is, you know, the way the broth can get like really creamy is it actually
it's the bones like dissolving and like turning into.
Yeah, well, but it self emulsifies, because unlike like a chicken stock or something where you have it on a very low simmer for like 4 hours or whatever. With this ramen broth that I was making, you actually keep it at a boil for that entire time. And the act of the liquid boiling actually causes the emulsification to occur. So by the end of the cooking time, you have this like creamy, thick ramen broth. So that was cool to do. I had never done anything like that before. Just to have something naturally emulsify by, I mean, literally cooking the bones and meat to just fucking nothing. I mean, absolutely. I mean, I had 3 pounds of pig's feet in this thing, almost 4 pounds of pig's feet. By the end, when I strained it out, I just have like a little strainer. It all fit in the fucking strainer. Like there was nothing left. It was crazy.
Nice.
But really cool. And it was good. Like I said, it was good. It could have been better, but again, it was the first time that I'd ever done anything like that. Speaking of things that take a really long time, I have decided that I need to play all of the Kingdom Hearts games.
There it is.
Oh, you are fucking stupid. Don't do that.
Well,
don't do that.
Do it.
I'm doing it. It's already happened. I've downloaded the fucking compilation thing. What is it, like Remix
1.5,
and it has like
Celsius.
6 fucking games on
365
it.
half.
Yeah, all that shit. So
and there's actually another one as well. There's like a 2.8.
Yeah, then there's the 2.8 thing.
I mean, why wouldn't there be?
So yeah, I mean, I've always kind of wanted to play it. It seems like it's up my alley because it's a convoluted, stupid ass story.
God.
It's
Oh
Final
my
Fantasy.
God. You don't know
Disney.
anything about Kingdom Hearts.
I mean, I know a little bit. There's like a key that's a sword.
No,
And
Guy with
everything
spiky,
you're saying
yeah.
is wrong. It's amazing. All right, let me just fill you in real quick. Heartlesses
get a
are made out of
crystal ball?
hearts, and nobodies are made out of bodies.
Okay, that makes sense.
Look, man,
Look,
you're in for a
man.
fucking wild ride.
So
Hey, man.
I might actually stream it. I don't know.
We park on driveways and drive on parkways. It's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that because
You're like that guy reading the paper, that cat reading the paper. It's like, I should buy a boat.
yeah.
I don't know anything about boats, but I should buy a boat.
Well, I figured, I've started 2019 doing really stupid, time-consuming things that may or may not be worth it in the end. So I figure I can continue that, and then by the time I'm done, it'll be 2020, and we'll have a new
All
president.
right, which one had Johnny Depp in it as
The second one.
the guy, the Jack Sparrow?
Yeah, second one.
That Jack Sparrow's in that game.
It's
Fucking
amazing.
That's how fucking.
It's
that's
really
how
good.
Stupid that is.
Multiple times, isn't it?
That's
Is it
amazing.
actually Johnny Depp playing
Yeah.
Jack Sparrow?
Yep.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was.
He's in the
They
second
just-
game? Like Kingdom Hearts 2?
Yeah, Kingdom
Yeah,
Hearts 2.
Kingdom Hearts 2. Yeah, and
Which is not the actual second game. Right.
Okay, so Kingdom Hearts 2 actually is
I
the
looked it
second
up.
game.
Well, but I looked it up. They're like, if you want to play it in order.
No. All right, look, you can literally play Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, and then probably get into Kingdom Hearts 3, maybe. I don't know, because see, the thing is,
wrong.
it's been a decade since I played Kingdom Hearts 2.
No, you need to play Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance at least.
Oh my god.
And Recode and 368 divided by.
Look, in like a
2
year,
square.
when the definitive DLC Deluxe Remaster Edition comes out, I'm gonna fucking buy it. And I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna be like, I didn't need to replay 2. I remember Hercules teaming up with Auron from Final Fantasy X and Cloud from Final Fantasy VII, and we beat up Sephiroth on some weird light plane, and it was bitchin' as
Yeah.
hell. Donald Duck showed up, and I dropped his ass for whoever was the local character, and Goofy followed me around.
Y'all thought Avengers was an ambitious crossover.
Hey, I'm ready. I've got the lube. I'm ready to go. I think.
Better have a
Spootnik,
lot of
I
loot.
wanna
That's like
point out-
150 hours worth.
At the beginning of
Well,
this, you were like, I don't really do anything, and now we're like 20 minutes into your intro.
Yeah. Well.
I mean, he talked
not my
about
fault.
ramen for 45 minutes, so it's fine. That's a good intro.
I'm doing this because I learned it from watching Drumurboy, and
You learned from watching you, Dad.
He played fucking shit. You know what games? All the-
Yeah, you played
Deus
those
Ex.
things.
He
You
played
know,
Deus
Deus
Ex.
Ex, yeah.
Yeah.
I literally thought there was like 3 Deus Ex games, and he's like, I'm playing the 8th Deus Ex game now, and I'm like,
You can
what
really just play the
fuck?
3 regular Deus Ex games, yes.
Oh, no,
Look,
there's 4
Spootnik,
now.
we're not
There's
trying to
4.
get you to talk less. It's okay to talk more. I just want to point out you were like, I don't do anything. And then you're like, let me tell you in great detail about how I made this delicious ass ramen.
That's
You know
the-
when I said I don't
that's
do
the bait
anything?
and
I don't
switch.
do anything.
That's the bait and switch.
I'm on my 5th Deus Ex game.
I still have. God, there are 5 Deus Ex games,
There are actually 6, but I'm not playing Deus Ex Go.
and I'm finishing
Which one is the
leftover
which one is the
sake.
mobile one? There's a
Let's
mobile
go.
one that they made.
That's Go.
Oh, no, there was a mobile one that they made. They remastered into a PC one.
That's the fall. Everyone said it was shit. It's totally unnecessary, but it's not bad.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Spootnik, you got anything else?
No, man, I'm good. I don't
Drummer
really do
Boy.
much.
When I jump to you, I have 2 things to add. First, if Deus Ex games were anime girls, which one would you be dating?
2. Number
Which
2.
sister is the one that you took up with?
2 because
Wow, this really has him paralyzed.
it's 2 because you get to choose your gender. Boom.
I haven't met them all yet, so
All right, that's, you know what? I'll respect that answer. I will respect that answer.
That's
Wait,
good.
which
Second,
ones haven't
sir.
you met? Which one haven't you met?
I haven't beaten Mankind Divided yet.
That's the latest one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The second thing I have to say
The
to you,
older
Drummer Boy,
sister that plays clarinet, basically.
I'm super upset that you're throwing money back at me. I tried to reverse your reverse money sending, and Patreon was like, we don't do that. And I was like, but I want to give the money back.
I don't even have a creator page anymore.
Take my money.
You took your creator page down?
Yeah. Like, it's been 3 months that I haven't been able to fulfill my song a month thing, just because I suddenly have contracts to deal with. And that usually takes, like...
In case anyone was wondering, Patreon is actually a lot of work.
Yeah, well, like, I thought I could do it because I thought, like, work would even out. But by the time I'm done on my contractual stuff, I just don't have enough time or, like, creative energy to put something out there that I think is worth it. So I just refunded everybody the money that I couldn't fulfill on, and then closed my Patreon. So if you want to support my music, you can listen to it on Spotify and Bandcamp and all that shit. But yeah, the
I'm
Patreon
about
is
to
over.
support the shit out of your music, motherfucker.
The Patreon is over. But it might come back if I ever, like, lose one of my current responsibilities.
Oh, please, for your final one, you need to send like a remix of the crab dance to everyone and say Patreon is over, and that's just your final song on that.
It's already over. Like, I don't have a creator page anymore.
Damn it, that would have been such a good meme.
Yeah. I don't keep up with memes fast enough to know what the crab meme is. But
You know what the crab meme is?
no, I don't. I know.
Do you know what Crab Battle is?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. That's an old meme, but it checks out.
I know crab people.
Crab battle CQC. That I like it.
It's a cave demon.
Which broke my knife.
Man,
Man, that game
Check
was
the gameplay.
fucking weird as shit.
yeah.
You got anything else going on, Drummer Boy? We haven't even started your intro yet.
Not really. I've got an update to some sound packs that I've been doing, and that'll be out soon-ish. And then just playing more Deus Ex. And after I'm done Mankind Divided, then I'm going to go on to the BioShock series, which is one of my favorite series. And I'm going to play the remastered one that came out last year, I think. So it's going to look better, I guess. That's about it.
So, are you starting with System Shock then?
I already did System Shock.
Oh, so you don't count that in the same family?
No, I'm doing, like, the line is like, I did System Shock 1 and 2, and then the Thief series, and then the Deus Ex series, and then BioShock, then we're going on to Dishonored, then the most recent Prey, and if you can get me the OG Prey.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Because
Talk
we
to me
never
after.
talked about
Remind me about that. Yeah. I'll just give you. So what I'll do is I'll just give you friends and family access to my Steam account, which will give you everything. So
Can you still
you get all my.
It's not available on the store, so
No, yeah, you totally can play it. Yeah, absolutely. You can also play Cryostasis, which I highly recommend you play, which you can't get on Steam anymore, by the way, too. So.
yeah. But BioShock is like, it's been one of my favorite series forever, but I haven't gone back and play it for 2 or 3 years. And now playing everything else before it, I want to see if that's like changed at all. Yeah. I just remember being like really into it. Dystopia. I was really into dystopias a few years ago. So
Like man has built something, but now it's dead, and you play in that.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
like
was trying to think
Rapture.
of another classic series that you could take a look at. Oh. Have you played Dark Messiah Might and Magic?
No. The next couple of series that I've been thinking about, I want to go back and play Mass Effect. I played the trilogy, like that's like I love the trilogy. I've never played Andromeda, so I want to go through all that and then hit Andromeda.
Oh.
And I've never played the Dragon Age series, so
Origins
Dragon
is
Age
the
1
shit.
is really good.
The first
Yeah,
one's really
Origins.
Inquisitions is also good too. It's fucking awful.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't like that too.
I like the combat from 2, but I like the story in 1 way more.
It got a little too political for me, like too much like political drama. I didn't really dig that too much.
That is literally the entire thing that Dragon Age is about when you aren't fighting giant dragon demons.
Yeah, Origins was
I've never even
Don't
like
know, but-
spoiled myself on anything Dragon Age. Like I know it's
Well, there's a
Sort of.
giant dragon and it's an age of dragons.
yeah. I know you can.
And then there's no repercussions for having sex with anyone.
There
That's
are
really
a
neat.
fuck ton of repercussions for having sex with people. Don't even lie about that shit.
Don't tell him that shit.
It's not like Mass Effect. You can't just like, oh, we're about to do the final battle. You wanna
Oh
bang?
no, sir! There are repercussions for that shit. You never got the cheerleader rebellion scene, did you? If you try to bang Miranda and Jack at the same time, they show up and ask you to choose.
Yeah.
Yep, they have a special scene where they're like, you need to fucking pick a side, buddy.
No, I think I was like,
Does the little tortilla girl come out and say, "Why not have both"?
Yeah,
I think I was
you know
gonna
what? That shit tries to fly in The Witcher as well. And when you're trying to
No.
do that, they leave you chained to a bed.
I remember what happened. I was doing Mass Effect 2. I was like doing the romance thing with Jack, and then I messed it up, I think. And then she just
Okay.
she like cut me off hard. She just like, we're not talking ever again.
Yeah, you probably were like, let's involve our feelings. Let's.
Maybe.
All right, look, here's the pro tip to Jack. Never have sex with her.
Yeah.
That's it. She will only love you if you don't have sex with her.
Ah, yes, she's one of them. By the way, Drumurboy, Star Wars: The Knights of the Old Republic series.
No,
Do it.
nope.
I've
Do
already
it.
watched it enough of it
Man,
on
don't
stream
do
that I
it.
don't
It's
think
not
it'd
worth
be-
it. Don't risk it. Not over this shit.
Yeah.
So good though.
I also don't know how much longer I want to do series. Like, there's a lot of games coming out that I'm kind of looking forward to that I kind of just want to.
Games are
Stop playing.
forever. You can play the new games whenever you want, man. Can't play the old games.
Look, here's the deal about Mass Effect Andromeda. It, like, the beginning is pretty good. It is fucking wild. And then at some point it just becomes really tedious and dumb.
Yeah, I have like a pretty low bar for games though, so I might like it.
It's not as bad as everyone.
Yeah, it's definitely not the
said it
awful
was.
end of
Yeah.
the world that people say it
No.
is, but it's also not, like, groundbreaking like Mass Effect
Like,
2.
like
Well,
the
it did some
majority.
interesting stuff with setting up the colonies and things like that. Like I enjoyed doing that. But
Like the majority of games people said I wouldn't really like, I've not loved them, but then I'm like, it's okay. The only one that was true for was Thief, because the Thief reboot
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
is just
Falling down like a hallway you can't get out of, and then it locks you into stuff. Goes
no,
against
it's- even the narrative is just a fucking mess. Like, it felt like he was trying to be a sequel, and then halfway through they're like, no, we're rebooting this. So like it's like parts of sequel and then half like people didn't know what they were doing.
I got a series that you can play, Drumurboy. I got a series that you can play.
What's that?
Have you ever heard
Madden.
of a little game called Final Fantasy?
I am not playing Final Fantasy as a
No, he has a good taste in games.
there was a
Look,
guy.
I want to say something to you right now, Atomikspoon. If he wants to play Mass Effect Andromeda and skip Final Fantasy, I don't know that he has taste in games.
There was
I've played like Final Fantasy 3. I just can't. I don't like Square Enix games.
The only two Final Fantasy games I've ever played were Final Fantasy 13 and Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles.
Oh fuck!
My God! Why? Look, man, that's literally you're literally like, man, the only two games I've ever played were garbage and dumpster shit.
Yeah, so you can see why I don't have any interest in Final Fantasy.
So there was a guy on Twitch. I can't remember his fucking name. This was years ago, but like his story was like, oh, I fucking hurt my back and now I'm living on disability for like the next 3 months. So I know everything about Final Fantasy. I'm going to play them pretty much nonstop from the first game all the way through. And it was incredible to watch someone do that. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. I mean, Final Fantasy VI is probably my favorite game of all time. I play that game once a year. I replay that game once a year because it is so good.
I just started listening to the Final Fantasy Tactics soundtrack, and it was complete nostalgia, 100%. I was like, oh man, I remember this scene.
Yeah.
It was bitching as hell. This
Final
is the
Fantasy
battle loading
Tactics
music.
is a great fucking game.
Yeah, look, if you need to get your toes wet in the Final Fantasy, man, Final Fantasy Tactics. That's where you go. That's where you start.
Mm.
We'll get you hooked on crystals, man. You'll be like, I do want to save the world, and there should be a fuck ton of crystals involved for no apparent reason.
The next couple games, like after my playthroughs and stuff,
Okay.
I really want to play Sable. Like the Sable's got like a crazy art style. It's like looks like an exploration game, but you're like exploring through comics. What's the guy's name? Mobius. He's a French comic artist. I think he's dead now, but
Never finished 6, Arthur? Sorry.
No, sorry, I didn't actually.
I've never even played 6. I know it's
Played a single Final Fantasy game before in my life.
There you go. Look at that.
Listen, man, I fucking laid a stone cold stunner on a ghost trade, and after that, I was like, this game is over for me. Like, I've already fucking, I've jumped the shark.
I know enough about like suplexing trains and stuff. Be like, that's cool. I'll just watch someone else play it though. Like, I have no inclination to do it myself. But like, Sable looks really cool. Tunic looks really great when that comes out. Wargroove is a newer game that's like.
Yep, that's coming out like like tomorrow, I think.
Yeah.
The 30th. Yeah.
That looks really cool, so I'll probably jump into that after some series are done.
Yeah.
You know what else comes out
miss Advance
tomorrow?
Wars.
Fate Extella Link. No one knows what that is. but
More
maybe
anime
that's
shit?
fine.
Sweet.
Yeah, more anime.
Here's
shit.
one more series you should do. Metro.
Are there playable pair of breasts yet?
Yeah.
Technically.
Dead or Alive Beach Vulnerable.
Technically, in the Fate series, everything is a playable pair of breasts.
That's
You're an
why
awful
anime is so
human
good
being,
now.
Drummer Boy, and you're impugning my honor, sir.
You
I
have
love
no
the
honor.
idea that
You
there is
play
an anime
gaming.
dude.
I was about to say, wait, you have honor?
I love the idea that there's an anime dude right now somewhere in the anime sphere summoning someone to fight as his fate person, right? And lo and behold, it's King Arthur's breasts that show up.
That is the thing that happens.
No, just the breasts. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And she uses a pole. She uses a shield and a bow at the same time. Because
And the shield is like one of those mouse pads, the booby mouse pads.
Oh yeah, no, and
Yeah.
the bow is like just boobs. Just this is like a tire bow boob. It's great.
This is why anime games are so weird. Like I get like they don't really have that kind of. They're not
and
shy about any of this stuff. I'm like, I just don't care, man.
And because it's a pair of boobs, right? Every time he gets injured, all the clothing on the boob falls off. It's great.
Sounds like it'll
Hey,
do well.
I think this is our longest introduction yet.
Probably.
We're getting close. Drummer Boy, you got anything else so we can toss it over to Dave?
About
No,
them slime
I'm
cubes.
done.
I just want to remind you, Dave, you're the one that fucking off-railed us before intros talking about books and shit.
Yeah,
It's basically
that was-
entirely your fault. Go ahead and tell us though.
Books. I just started the Dune, like the main Dune book. About 80
You mean the
pages.
original book for Dune?
Yeah,
Okay.
like Dune, just plain Dune. It's good.
Just remember, Gurney Halleck is an owl of the desert. Yes, he is an owl of the desert.
So yeah, that's my introduction, Arthur.
That's it. You literally did nothing. You just said your introduction. That's it.
I said hi, I'm Dave before, and here's the thing about
Okay.
books.
All right.
So that was my introduction.
Well, I mean, normally I would do my introduction now, but it seems like Dave is going to get antsy and dance around, so we'll just go
No,
ahead and
you can
get
do your
started.
introduction.
No.
I passed it to you for a reason.
That's
That's why I
fine.
gave it to you.
Instead, I'll say, just get out of the way. Twitch Prime, Witch Prime, also witches. Sometimes when you go hunting for witches, you find witches. That's the thing that happens. And I have a new D&D game Tuesday nights, which is the night before this night. It's called On the Table's Top. It's in its second season. 4 artists join together in order to make art and get in a D&D game. They're in the deepest shit of their lives already. They've been captured. They're being beaten to death. They left their weapons in another part of the dungeon. It's fucking wild, but we got some really good art pieces out of it. So, once I kill them off, we'll just do art of the new characters.
Make them do art of their own characters' deaths.
That's That's great. Oh man. Then you get
Or-
like some
or assign them-
Michelangelo shit.
Assign them other people's deaths. That'd be sick, man.
You're a sadist, as
I
far
am.
as I can tell. All right. So, if I recall, last time you all went to the Hotel Topaz. You gained some information. You decided to make some deals, possibly for your soul, but mostly just to sell your sword, your magic sword, which you have on layaway now, in order to bring back some stuff.
Yeah,
And-
and the other thing is too, we tried to do some we tried to get some library action going on.
Yep, that is why you are
hunting.
hunting this demonic ooze. You need to bring back its core crystal in order to use to help free several students who were part of the Royal Academy of Magic Occult Club, who got in some really deep shit for going to other planes and unleashing some owlbears and beholders and causing some mayhem, coming back with less than half their members. They're all in the stockade. You would like to free them so that DACA can get access to some of the general libraries and some of the more secreted membership-only ones. Let's see here. It is the turn of either Kelly or Finley. You are being chased by this demonic ooze. You've thrown flaming torches at it. The flaming torches were wrapped in bedrolls, which were poured with oil. It rolled over them, appeared to take no damage, and put the fire out instantly.
Yeah, I think we had decided Kelly was going before me, or do you want to keep that
Sure,
up?
Kelly. Why don't
I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's Kelly, because I got hit in the face and then we ended the session, so it's whoever's the top.
I mean, yeah, look,
Yeah,
guys, this party right here will be experiencing planar travel. The plane they'll be going to is the plane of death.
Yay!
Fucking nailed that one. Ladies and gentlemen, that's me. We're wrapping up the show now.
That's your big send off. You make a planar joke about death. Come on, man. You're better than that.
Not really.
You are much better than that.
Not that much
Cool.
better than that.
Okay, so I have 2 potions of healing. I guess I should slap one of those in my belly. So I will do that. Is it 2d4? What is it?
2d4 plus
2d
2d4 plus 2. Yeah.
Actually, let me just double check what I'm pretty sure I have no class stuff left. Okay, I have 1 second wind and 1 restless endurance left. Okay, cool. Good thing I keep track of that shit. I'll take that. That's pretty chunk. It's pretty chunk. Okay. All right. So at this point, what type of damage strikes have we done to it? I have a magic sword.
Your magic sword has dealt full damage to this thing, and you've identified its core. For everybody else, their damage has simply passed through this thing because its body is mostly an acidic, flaming liquid.
I did
And
a
dealt-
little damage at the beginning.
Dealt low damage. However, your magic damage deals full.
Yeah.
You
So,
have a mark on it, right?
Hunter's Mark has been dealing full damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do remember I pointed out the
The core, yes.
core.
It has now been identified to everyone.
Yep.
So does that mean that they can hit the core without any trouble? Or do they have to...
Yes, they can attempt to.
And what does that roll? Is that a negative? Does it
We'll
get
talk
more
about it
armor?
when someone wants to try attempt it.
All right. Well, in that case, that's my turn because I used the thing. Actually, you know what? I might as. How much health do I have? I have 18 out of 30. And my short rest is what? 2d10?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, 2d10. Okay, I'll keep that. Okay, yeah, that's fine. All right, that'll be for me. Actually, Arthur.
You haven't done anything. Oh, you just drank the potion and that's it.
Yeah. Doing defensive thing is an action, yeah.
Yeah, if you want to go into dodge stance, you're not going to have the.
Yeah. No, that's right. Okay, that's fine. I'll just stand here then. I'm
Interesting.
good.
All right, Finley.
Actually, no. Wait. Weren't we gonna try and hit these smoky things down here?
I believe Doc did hit it, right?
I hit it right before. We didn't see what happened to the thing though. So.
It
Yeah.
didn't
Okay.
like
So
it.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna try and move down there then, Arthur. That's what I'll do.
Sure. Henley.
There we go.
All right, yeah. So I'm going to, with my rapier, try to stab at the core.
Very well.
So
ahead,
I
take
will
your
go
shot,
ahead
make your
and
chance.
Take a shot. 11.
11 will not succeed. You stab your rapier into this thing, and you're just oozing around you.
Okay, I'm going to use my bonus action to disengage,
A wise move. Wise move.
and I'm going to run away.
Some have also said that that's a wise move.
Go, yeah. That's right, 5, 10, 15. Yep, that's all I can do.
You know what, Arthur? I gotta say, the cameras and the overlayers are a lot cleaner. I will say
Yeah,
that.
I like it.
So the cameras are cleaner because I took all of my shit that was on my big screen TV and crammed it into the one that OBS is on. So now it's very crowded there, but we have a full screen of cameras that are extremely high quality.
Excellent. It looks good.
Speaking
The
of
only
things
other
that
thing
are...
I'd say about the overlay is you probably need to move the dice roller down so it doesn't include the little box underneath. But other than that, it's good.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like
you
that?
don't-
I mean, some people like to see what I'm rolling. I mean, I guess I could do that, Dave. I guess I could.
'Cause
It's
they'll
not like
see
I'm
what
a
you're rolling
rookie
anyway,
at doing this. I've been doing it for years. Some people like to see that stuff. You know what? I will allow the audience to let me know whether they want to see what I'm about to roll or not. That sounds democratic, right?
Triggered me timbers.
Triggered? Okay. I feel like you're using the word triggered wrong. Speaking of someone who looks like they probably used the word triggered wrong, let's talk about Agrim.
I mean, of anybody in this fucking call, he probably used the word trigger correctly.
But does Agrim?
I mean, he's pretty much an arbalist by trade, so I would say yeah, probably.
He's a dwarf. He's always triggered.
Okay, so you're like, I actually trigger things, you idiot.
Yeah, but literally crossbows have triggers. All right.
Look at this. The audience has spoken.
Agrim steps on a trap. Triggered.
Wow.
See you run your audience like I'm just like I run mine like an authoritarian regime. Anyway,
Thou shalt not have an opinion in
I
my
mean, hey, look, people like it. I mean, they like being told what to do.
That definitely sounds like someone who runs a BDSM channel right there. People like being told what to do. Yeah, Atomic knows what I'm talking about. So does Finn over there. He's fucking dying, Spootnik.
Maybe.
All right. Okay. Let's see.
Look, the comedy might not be very good, but I'm trying to keep it coming all night long.
Oh.
Hey, look, you got to thin it out so you make it last. You know, so you get the.
You gotta give it at least 5 minutes break and maybe an orange.
Oh boy, what's happening here, Agrim? You running away from this thing without disengaging?
I'm double checking something before I do
All right.
anything.
I mean,
so-
I was thinking of consuming your soul, but you know, whatever you want to do.
I mean, you know,
Remember, this thing does like fucking. How much damage was it, Arthur? That you
A lot.
rolled?
it chunks
You roll
pretty hard.
2d20, drop the lowest, right? Plus 3.
Sometimes.
It hurts. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna disengage. I don't really have a choice.
I love the idea that Finley, it just rolls around and eats Finley.
So I'm gonna disengage.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that was 30, right? Shit. Yes.
Wait, Finley, did you go your full move?
Oh, yes. Yes, I did.
He's can only, it was a 25 because you're small.
Oh, no, I didn't. You're right. Sorry. Right
I'll
there.
allow it.
I did, Arthur, I was trying to go 25 feet. Which
That's
is not
okay.
far.
I understand. Look, if this was BattleTech and I did that shit, people would be like, Arthur, you can't do that! And I'd be like, you know what? I'm the GM. I can do whatever I want.
Goddamn right.
One time I was like, well, I literally said out loud I wanted the back to be facing the edge of the map like 3 times, and then I didn't accidentally turn it far enough, and someone was just like, you're cheating, Arthur! And I'm like, yes, I am. I'm cheating so badly right now.
I am God in this universe. I do as I please.
Speaking of people who are cheating, let's talk about DACA. DACA.
Cheating?
I just do all the damage from a distance. Don't worry about it.
That's called ranged weapons, not cheating. I'm gonna...
In Kelly's religion, that actually is cheating.
Yes, it is.
You
Right
don't
now,
have
Dave
any-
is like, that ranged weapons thing that I initiated is really screwing me up.
No wonder like, I wonder how well your army did with no ranged.
We just get. Well, I mean, coordinate
There's
berserkers.
an entire army of half orcs, man. What do you think?
They're like coordinate berserkers at 40k. They just all have battle axes. It works. You just zerg them with battle axes. Works.
I'm going
real
to.
fast.
I'm gonna hold my action for when he comes around the corner so I can see him, and then I'm gonna shoot one of the pots.
Ooh, interesting.
So I need to
Okay,
see
your action goes off immediately.
sick.
Finley, this thing moves and slips and slurps around you, cutting off your escape route.
So I'm gonna hit my attack.
Nice.
It seems to be showing cunning and intelligence. All right.
15 and 10.
You
on
solidly
the
hit
stars.
that vase or vase, and
It's
your
garage,
attack
that's-
isn't particularly magical. You definitely damaged the pot. Like, you can see that you formed a crack in it. What? You okay, Dave? You feel like...
I love the idea. It's like, I want to shoot the pot. Yes, you definitely damaged the pot.
I mean, he could have missed.
That's such a D&D GM thing to do. I would like to damage the door. Roll a dice. Yes, you definitely damaged the door.
I want you to recognize, you son of a bitch, I actually did have to roll to see if I was knocking down those doors, if I was hitting them and dealing enough damage.
Oh, no, I know. Just the GM saying, yes, you damaged the vase.
Well, if you don't deal enough damage, you're not going to put a scratch on some metal. Look, your arrow scratches off of it, right? It's not like you shatter the pot.
No.
It's not
I just
stuck in
wanna
it.
know
It
what
ricochets
the
away.
behavior of slime is to
The
that.
slime thing does not seem to be affected.
It doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, it just kind of slurps around Finley.
Okay, because the last time I hit the pod, there was green smoke coming out of it, and
Now there is no
there
smoke
was-
coming out of
There
it.
was some
Yep,
real angry noises coming out of this thing.
that's true.
It was also
making angry eggplant
coalescing,
noises.
and when it was coalescing, it electrocuted itself and we damaged it, right?
Indeed, all of those things are true.
Mhm.
Now,
Yeah.
speaking of things that are true, it's time for Finley to die.
Uh,
What's your AC, Finn?
no. 15, 16.
Okay. Dun. Oh my god, his super strong
Are you
attack is the one that
fucking kidding
crits.
me?
Holy fuck. Okay, so 4d6 plus 3.
What?
Yep. So this thing opens its and just its whole body pile drives you into the ground. You're being covered in flesh burning,
I
horrifying,
was making a joke, Arthur. You didn't have
super
to
hot
one
boiling liquid for 12 points of damage. As you swim your way out of it, it's disgusting. You smell awful. It's in your eyes, it's in your nose and mouth.
Those are some very low rolls.
I tasted it.
Yes, it actually was a horribly low
It's in
roll.
my mouth. It's in my mouth.
Did you say a 16 was your AC?
Yeah,
Well, fortunately, you aren't getting hit by any of the other attacks.
that's right.
That is such a low roll for a crit. That is,
Yeah, really low.
that's like premature right there.
God,
Like,
it's in my mouth.
Hey, Dave, I love you, buddy. Shut your goddamn mouth.
All right,
Could be
well, it
worse. We don't
says
want it to
here
be
that as a
worse.
GM, I can re-roll damage dice whenever I feel like they didn't do enough.
hey, this way we keeping you honest. You know what I'm saying?
Keeping me, I openly roll all of my
That's
rolls.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I actually like that you do that.
Good.
Yeah, I
I'm glad that you
appreciate it
like
too.
that.
I know people that don't even like put the fucking enemies on the initiative order, and I'm like, just for the sake of keeping track of shit. Like, come on.
Mhm.
Kelly,
Yo.
it's time to shine.
Okay.
Get in
which-
here,
which-
crit this motherfucker to death.
Hey, guy with the magic weapon, do something.
Well, I was going to try and smash a vase, but it doesn't look like that's a good idea right now. What do you guys think? Should I try and hit the vase and break it, or should I
No.
get inside a slimy man?
How much HP do you have right now?
18.
And you still got second wind, and you still got your or relentless whatever the fuck, right?
Yep.
And you
normally-
use that
normally
relentless
my-
thing?
No, I
last-
haven't.
sure?
Wait.
I'm pretty sure
Did
you
I?
used it because you dropped.
No, well, he got a double heal though. He got a heal from both rangers, I think.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he dropped a 1.
I can't remember. It's been 2 weeks.
I mean, I'm looking at my sheet here, and it says I still have it. So
All right.
if you, Arthur, make a
Very
decision
no,
right now.
Dave. We'll go with it.
I will allow it.
I'll allow it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just this once.
Look,
can I make it?
If
that
you
far?
stay up one time and that's what turns this entire battle, somehow I find that super improbable. Right now, it's looking more like Finley's gonna get eaten real bad.
Okay.
You don't think so?
That's not no.
Not accurate?
All right,
Okay.
then. I will slide in deep like Arthur
Tell me
with
more.
my-
How deep are you going with your Warhammer?
I'm
Wait,
going-
crystal.
I'm going hilt deep. To the
I don't know if
crystal.
you can come back out from something like that.
McMahon.
Just gotta
There's
relax.
stuff.
Fine.
We just discussed it like 15 people watching this on YouTube.
Boom.
Oh, I don't care.
All
If
right.
they're not
You-
offended, I'm not doing my job.
You try to stab your serpent steel sword into the.
Actually,
Future.
I have inspiration still. Can I use that now?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
You roll d6.
Oh. Does it add on top?
Yep.
Okay.
Nope.
13.
You try to stab your serpent steel sword into the creature.
I tried, boys.
Wait, when did you get bardic inspiration?
When we did that one inspiration like fucking a long time ago.
Oh, you're talking about advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Inspiration.
You have to declare that, but well, it's advantage, but it's beforehand. You were talking about regular inspiration, not
Yeah,
yeah.
regular, yeah, that
yeah.
only gives you advantage on the roll.
And you have to declare it
wouldn't
ahead
have
of
done
time.
anything for you because you rolled 2 11s.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
You'll still
Okay,
have
so
your
I still have
you'll still
inspiration.
have your inspiration. In the
Alright, that's
future,
cool,
you need to
yeah.
declare it before you roll. You know, it's like a called shot. This thing spreads away from the point of impact of your sword, and you keep slashing at it, and it's just not there, slorching around on the ground.
Gross.
Finley.
All right, I'm again going to try to stab at the core
Excellent.
Mammy.
with my rapier.
Yep. Tell me more.
Oh, Jesus, fuck. Okay.
So you go to stab for the core, and your rapier collides with the serpent steel sword. Ching! Ching! you guys keep crossing
I
swords.
feel very awkward that we
Yeah.
touched. No.
It's Kelly, stop looking at me. I can't do it if you're watching. And I'm going to.
Oh god, this game got so sophomorish.
right now, okay? It's very awkward for both of us.
All right, I'm gonna. So I'm going to bonus action disengage. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to pop behind Kelly here,
hmm
and may I roll for stealth?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's that.
This formation. Let me tell you something. Now that we're talking about Final Fantasy, in Final Fantasy 11, rogues, I think they were called thieves, had an attack called Sneak Attack, which works just like this game's Sneak Attack. You attack from behind and you deal extra damage. They also had an attack called Trick Attack, which made it so anyone that you were behind when you attacked, you would put all of your aggro on that person. So they would
I
whenever
do
somebody
that.
was dual tanking, they'd get behind the second tank, sneak attack, trick attack, hit for a fuck ton of damage, and the enemy would just be like, bloop, turn around. But you could also PvP that shit and just like stand by some rando and be like, sneak attack, trick attack, boom, and the enemy would turn around and start chasing that dude, and you'd just be like, keek, 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 keek. All right, well, you're basically fucking invisible right now, but let me
Yep.
just double check and make sure if I can see you. Yep.
God damn it!
You gangster ass motherfucker. You pointed side. You've got your gun sideways at Spootnik right now. You're just like kill shot this motherfucker.
What I want to know is how a fucking slime has a +8 to his perception.
Well, I mean, he's.
Let me ask you a question.
literally
What do you think the slime is looking with?
What is it? Blindside or whatever?
I mean, that's a Pathfinder thing.
It's using its many noses to smell you.
I should have gone around the corner. That's all right. That's fine.
It's like the G virus, but noses.
No, blindsight's a thing in this. Yeah, no, it's in the book.
Stars. Agram, what's happening with you?
All right.
What's happening? What's up?
I'm a try and wait. Daka has his hunter's mark on it. I can also hunter's mark,
Yep.
right? They just okay, because yeah.
You know,
So
you can stack debuffs.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. We don't have that at Vanilla WoW 6. It was an 8 debuff limit. Anyway, bonus action hunter's mark. I'm gonna
You
declare
gonna dual dagger this man?
Well, I'm gonna shoot him with my D10 crossbow.
Yep.
I got inspiration because it reminded me, so I'm gonna declare that now. Whatever the advantage thing is, so plus hunter's mark.
Highest out
Now
of 2.
I wanna stop you here.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you get disadvantage for firing a ranged weapon in a melee.
You do, yes.
You're too close.
So with your inspiration, you cancel that out, and you would just have a regular attack.
But you can also double dagger right now instead.
Okay. Well, I've got double swords. Yeah. Yeah. I could do
Oh
that.
yeah, swords. Yeah.
I mean, same thing.
Same diff.
Well,
my man.
Agram, show me what happens when you use 10% of your power.
I don't understand that reference.
It's nothing personal, kid.
It's anime.
Yeah. I mean, sure.
Actually, this was Scooby-Doo now.
Oh, is it not? Okay, whatever.
I don't know
Anyway,
if you've seen all of the new Shaggy memes, but the shit is amazing.
No. Yeah.
Yes, the art is great. I
Like,
love it.
zoinks, it's nothing personal.
All right. Yeah. No. Actually, Dave brings up a good point. Swords would be the better way to go here.
Okay.
So I use my movement action to just draw my swords. If I can do that.
Yep.
All right, and then my stab. So let's get the 1, and then the
Yes.
damn it.
Yes.
There. They both hit.
Actually,
Yep.
you don't get your offhand because you use your bonus action to hunt.
You're right. But
All right.
that's,
Well, you deal a minimal amount of damage with your first weapon.
well, I still get. Let's see. I got to roll
Yep.
my.
You get that hunter's mark. Show me the power.
6.
So this is how I imagine this scene going down. You stop, you turn and look at Spootnik, you put your arbalist back on your back. It's, it mechanically folds down just like any regular arbalist does. Magically.
Transformer noise, the whole thing.
You draw 2 swords, and as you're using the first one to attack the thing, your other hand you're raising and making spell casting motions. That's how the scene goes in my head, but you tell me if that's
I'm down
wrong.
for it. I mean, yeah.
I'll tell you who's down for
I like
it.
the way you described it. Yeah.
Daka, I know somebody who's down for things. Tell me about how you slay this beast instantly with a 300
please.
damage ultra critical.
I would also like to hear about that.
Tell me more.
Are we just gonna go all in on this thing, just attack it?
I mean, we're pretty much what we're doing right now. He's checking with this magic
You
sword.
were running away, but now you all have completely, and in reverse of what was happening at the end of the last session, committed to melee combat. So
Well, like nothing. I was running away to see what the whole
yep,
jar
yeah,
thing was
the
about.
pots thing is not working for you.
Yeah, I think
Sometimes
I think
a jar
honestly-
is just a jar.
Yeah, I
My
think we
two-
missed our opportunity to stop it from coming in.
My
so-
2 theories.
Mhm.
I'm either gonna go up double dagger and like get twice the chance for hunter's mark, or I could run towards the vases and next round I could cut my hand, bleed into them, and see what happens.
Ooh, interesting.
Because that's what made this thing come out.
That
Isn't
is
it?
that what you say there is true.
The troll or whatever died on it, right? Or whatever
Mhm.
it was.
What do you
Cast
guys
his
think?
dying blood into the vases.
I
You
mean,
guys have an opinion on
But
that?
then another one will come out. I don't.
well, here's the thing. I mean,
Would
you
it though?
you
Would it
could-
be on our side then?
Well, I mean, you could realistically, well, I was gonna say you could shoot and scoot, right?
Yeah, I could get possibly one hunter's mark damage off of it and then run over.
Yeah, I mean, it's
just to see if we can make the green smoke show up again. And if another one starts coming out, then we're fucked. But then we know.
I mean, no, it's just, I like your theory. It's a sound theory. I mean, shoot and scoot or do double move. It's up to you, man. I mean, we're kind of just trying to.
I think a shoot and scoot, best of both worlds, might be the best answer.
The only other thing I could think of is why that thing freaked out when we hit it before it was like fully materialized. Is like I used my, what is it, Rain of Thorns or whatever, and that covers an AOE, so that might have hit the core as well.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know, but we'll just do the shoot and scoot. See if we can do both. All right, attacking that there monster and missing horribly, and then running 30 feet this way.
Everything you say goes how that is. As you run, you scoot around one of the pillars here, curved, somewhat covered in strange runes, all in Sylvan. It has a depiction of a long kind of, I'm gonna say it looks like Lapras from Pokemon. It's like a weird horse,
Like
dragon,
a
seal.
Pogo kind of thing.
Yeah. With long flippers and a tail and a giraffe neck.
Like a Loch Ness Monster Nessie kind of
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. It's like
Whatever the
Loch
fuck
Ness
that thing is
monsters
supposed to be.
depicted on this.
You can read that shit, right?
Yep.
Sweet.
Does it say anything that I can glean in like the next couple seconds?
Like you're running past it. It's dark. Why don't you go ahead and make a perception check real quick?
All right.
In order to kill the slime, step 1.
18.
So this is a
hole in a box.
it is a ritual of consecration is described here. It's like this holy place. The third pillar describes herein the ritual of consecration, etc. That kind of it's like talking about how to turn a church into like, you know, a house of God type deal. Nothing appears immediately useful to you.
Nothing's like immediately useful in our situation about
That's
blood
correct.
uses or blood sacrifices or whatever.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like,
I mean,
something it would do like when the place was initially built or something. Just like
yeah,
this,
blood sacrifice demon thing is not really into the Sylvan category. The Fae aren't really into summoning, you know,
Yeah.
demons and shit.
Well,
but-
there was probably some weird shit that happened, but it's probably more sexual in nature than blood sacrifice.
Man, you really just kind of you just nailed the Fae, in your estimation at least.
Nailed the
I was gonna say they
Speaking of people who've nailed the Fae, let's talk to Daka. No, wait. Let's see here. It's time to. I'm thinking 1 attack on Kelly and 2 on Agram. Kelly, what's your AC? Absurd, right?
29. No, it's 21.
No good. Agram, what are you looking at?
The 16 hits me.
Excellent. It encompasses you moderately and just kind of gets on your armor. It's super disgusting.
It caresses
7
you.
points of damage.
You're the one with 900 HP though.
I
so
have.
you're
Well, I've got 20 now. I'm half of my HP's gone. Yeah.
20 is all my HP, so
You're like living on a prayer right now.
Well, you should have. I don't know. Rolled a good race.
Damn. No, he should have rolled good.
Yeah, right. Get good.
Yeah.
Tell your dice to get good. Take them, throw them out, and get new ones. These are
All right,
bullshit.
Mister, you're up, Kelly.
I wish to hit the orb with my sword.
Okay, you're going full all in.
Yes.
Let me ask before you
And
roll.
I will also inspire myself.
All right, you feel pretty inspired.
Sweet.
I want to inspire you.
I mean, you got your allies by your side.
Fucking pooping me, guys.
All right, so look, man, this
You're
shit
busy
is
checking
super
yourself out in your
epic.
sword.
We get the camera behind you, the sword, like you put it over your head. You're ready to come down with this amazing downward slash. There's like a rainbow of color that goes down the sword as you begin the slash. The eyes, the ruby eyes of the serpent flash. Everything about this, the music, everything. And then it goes gray on the screen as you miss by just a fraction of the inch, and the sword hits the ground and bounces off in slow motion. we look at your face and it's gone like pale as you're just like, oh fuck.
And then
Yeah.
the animation gets slightly shittier because we had to buy the rights to that Simple Plan song. How could this happen?
Let me tell you something. Nah, it's what you say.
Yeah. Oh, that's you only meant well. Of course you did.
I'm so look, man. Like in the last few seconds, I just got copyright noticed so many times. Anything else you got for me, Kelly? Now that your master plan has failed.
If I had one more level of cleric, boys, I could just like channel divinity and give myself like a stupid crit. So count yourselves lucky, Mr. GM. I don't have that right now. So okay.
You know, if you
Alright.
had one more level, I would have more experience to work with when setting up enemies.
True that. I mean, you can give me one more level if you like. So
No, I'm good. Actually, I was thinking of reintroducing the early D&D mechanics where I can drain your levels using monsters.
Oh yeah. No, I hate that shit. I think that's awful. But you know, whatever. That's cool. No, I'm good. I'm good, Arthur. I'm good.
All right, great. Finley, how about you? Are you good?
You know, so. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not in melee, so I'm going to pull out my robe and wizard hats. Where is
I
it?
got your beat.
Short bow.
Slam
gonna-
your daggers into your holsters.
I'm gonna
Wrap the short
and
bow.
I'm gonna slam an arrow into the core of this damn.
I see. Let me see if those dice rolls are going to...
17.
You will hit the core and deal full damage.
Okay, well, let me also
yeah.
roll
Wait for
6
4
extra damage for my what's the
5 foot
Sneak attack.
Sneak attack, yeah. So add
Nice.
3.
Dude, nice.
The
Nice,
core
nice
takes a tiny chip of crystal flakes off it as your arrow ka-ching.
All right, I am also going to move. I'm going to go right around this corner here, and I'm also going to try to hide again, stealth it up. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do know what you're saying.
Go poof. All right.
Goofy, you know jutsu.
If he still sees me around a corner,
No,
after
it's
that
good.
roll-
You're good. You're good.
All right. I
For
can't get any
now.
stealthier than that.
Agrim. Finley disappears from your view.
Yeah. If I were to flank on the back,
just you and me now, dwarf.
to the better end, my friend, to the better end. If I were to move around the back,
No, that's not true, but yes.
there's a hint of sarcasm there. If I were to move around behind this thing, what does that do in 5e again?
Nothing.
Nothing? Okay, then I'm not going to do
Flanking
that.
is
It
bull.
means you're behind it.
Let me tell you something. Everyone's like, man, I'd love to have flanking, but they forget that as the
It
GM, I
works both
usually
ways.
have more people than them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah, that's bad.
The only real flanking thing that you really want is basically what rogues have, which is to say when you're standing next to an enemy, they get more damage.
Yeah.
That's really all you want, trust me. You don't want to be surrounded by goober gums. Unless you have Thunder Wave, in which case you do want to be surrounded by
Thunder Wave is incredible.
Great cleave.
All right.
Whirlwind attack.
I'm going for a series of stabs here.
Selective fireball.
So give me one. And then offhand.
The first attack will hit.
All right, so Hunter's Mark for 6.
I just want to be. I want to be really clear here, chat.
You get another Hunter's Mark, by the way. Roll another
Art
one.
was my father's name. My name is Arthur.
The second attack didn't hit.
Oh, yeah.
So you deal 2 damage and then 6
Arthur?
damage. Artie is no one's name. Literally, no one in the entire world has ever been named Artie. AP or Arthur are appropriate dresses.
Artie is
for
like
me.
the budget Back to the Future.
If somebody says Artie, I think field artillery.
Artie, we've got to go back.
Yeah.
Hey, look, if my name is Arthur, I would be going by Artie. 100%.
Great, I'm glad. Well, I've had to live with being
You'd be
Arthur my
going
whole
by-
life.
Already as an RT, so retweet, so you just be a social media mogul.
Wow.
There you go.
Artie, the Artie.
No.
You might also refer to me as the Dark Lord, the Game Master, the GM, any of these work. The man with the diabolical plan.
Mayor of a little village on the coast.
Retweet.
Really? Really? Mayor of the little village on the coast.
Gotta get them LFG.
That's a name that I've not heard in some time, sir.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
You
it's a
think
good
that
one.
I'm Richard?
Yeah, dude, Richard the Warlock, best comic character ever. I don't care what anybody says.
Do not
That
agree with that
That
at all.
orphanage attacked me. It was self-defense. Best
Duck it,
line.
you're up.
All right. As discussed last time, I'm gonna walk up to the vase and draw a dagger and bleed into it a little bit.
All right, so which face are you bleeding into? The left-hand
one's
one that
broken,
you
right?
shot a bunch of times, or the right-hand one?
Didn't we break one?
You have injured but not broken one.
Does it look?
Like, okay.
It definitely has some scratches on it.
Fine, I'll do the other one, the undamaged, unblemished one.
Okay.
Do I need to roll a 1d4 on myself?
Nope. You deal way more than a d4 points of damage to yourself.
I was sick.
You deal 15 points of damage to yourself.
Oh, good. I'm down
That's
to
all
1.
your HP.
So you cut your hand and you drain some blood, and you're like, this doesn't hurt that bad. And then
You're like.
then
Arthur, I
blood
cut
begins
myself a little bit.
flowing out, and I don't mean like a drip or a drizzle. I mean like blood is physically being sucked from your hand into this vase.
Like arterial spray, but like into the vase.
Yes, it's fucking nasty. Previously that guy was like dying and put his hands over the vase, but he's an Etna and he's big enough to reach both of them. All right, so look, here's the deal, Daka. Silver smoke begins coming out of this particular vase, and if you recall, it's not going to be until next round that anything happens. So you have some time to consider your immense folly here.
Did you just fucking summon another one of these things?
Possibly.
Hey, think of the XP farm.
I'm just imagining him writing it into fucking combat now.
All right, boys, we spent all of our money on potions.
All right, so Agram and Kelly, you
7
are
of them.
you both get opportunity attacks, and
Hell yeah.
Finley, unfortunately, you have a melee weapon. It sees you ignores you as it begins rushing towards Daka.
All right, so it's just-
Can I use my movement left over from last round?
You
I
are
was
bleeding into the pot.
I was gonna move
Very well.
after that
I will allow you to do that. It's
because I
still
only have
rushing.
two spaces of movements left.
Yep. Go ahead.
Diagonal and up this way, I guess.
Okay.
Does he run off with his hand flopping around like this? Blood going everywhere, just screaming? No?
That sounds accurate to me. Kelly
Damn,
hits.
look at all those hits,
Agrim
dude.
hits.
Look at all those hits,
Kelly
man.
hits for 9. Agrim hits for 5. Kelly, you're up.
Did that little bitch just run away from me right now?
let's go get him.
How dare that slime? Slime out of my life. All right.
Never gonna dance again. Guilty slime has got no feelings.
Okay. I will double move, Arthur. To here.
I like slide in front of him. It's like,
Nuh-uh, motherfucker.
Surprise, motherfucker! Surprise!
I love the idea that you actually
Surprise,
do
motherfucker.
slide sideways. Like we see you moving sideways, but that's because we can't see your feet. It just looks like you're sliding.
Can I imagine that he's like he's not trying to. It's like he has socks on hardwood. He's sliding in the
exactly.
slime by the slime. He's just but he holds it. It makes it look good.
it goes, you know that stupid camera angle that every movie uses that makes it look like someone's looking at the main character from a bush? Right? It's from that angle of, but like it's a slime vision, so it's like all red and goopy. And I just slide in from, stage right. And I'm just like, nah. Yeah. It's real cool. Don't take that away from me.
Speaking of things I'm trying to take away from you, Finley, you're up.
Oh boy.
I'll get you next
Remember,
time,
you're
Finley.
stealth. You can roll in deep.
He is no longer stealth.
I'm not stealthy, saw me. I'm going to fire again with the bow.
Hey, look who moved into position for you.
I know. That's why I like it. 17.
Yes.
All right, and let me roll extra. For 9 damage. God, what a shitty extra damage roll.
Yeah. You're putting those 2d6 to waste, my man.
Oh, 2d6, only 2d6. What a shame. I mean,
I should note, by the way, that all of the arrows that successfully hit this thing dissipate, so you're never getting them back.
It's fine.
oh, lovely.
Agrim, you're up.
All right. Okay. Let's see.
God damn it.
I
If
am
this
going
silver slime appears on top of me next round,
Right, so as I'm running, can I sheath my swords and grab my crossbow back off my back since
Yep.
it's hanging there?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna do that. Oh, show to others so you can see. I move my what?
Q, my man.
Yeah, no, I'm just yeah,
One hand in this bitch.
yeah. Couple of mud bottle water. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna shoot it. Going to shoot. Hopefully. Ooh, that 26. Ooh.
Damn.
Plus a hunter's mark damage. Hunter's mark.
Does Hunter Mark do-
You do double mark. Do you double damage your hunter's mark if you get a
I
crit?
think you do.
You do.
Hold
You roll
on.
extra.
Yep, can crit.
Yep. So, let me ask you, Grim.
Extra d6.
The truth is important here. Were you aiming for the core or not? Because I haven't heard you say that. you
No,
were.
I completely
Alright.
forgot about it.
So you're dealing 21 halved is 10, and then your hunter's mark would deal another d6.
You got another d6 for hunter's mark there, man.
Oh, okay. For fuck's sake.
Nice.
Of course.
This thing is barely holding itself together.
That's snake eyes.
Daka,
Yeah, right. Hey, Finley, now you can complain.
the silver smoke coalesces into what appears to be a frog walking upright as if humanoid with horns, about the size of a human fist, that looks around and then like locks eyes with you and says, "Interesting. I did not anticipate this turn of events."
That's what your blood is worth? Oh,
Apparently.
man, I'd love to see
The
what
smoke
mine is.
begins. I'm sorry. The smoke stops coming out of the vase.
Okay. I'll jump up here and then shoot the slime. I'm gonna aim for.
But you only have one hand.
Yeah, well, like it's a 1 damage thing, so it's like, you know, there's no mechanical differences in D&D for damage or not.
I love that, by the way. I think that's great.
13? I don't think so.
Nope.
Okay. Then I'm gonna yell the thing. I'm like, "Can you do anything about this?" And then point to the ooze.
What will you pay me?
What do you want?
10 years.
I think this is gonna take longer than 6 seconds.
Yes or no? 10 years.
10 years of what?
Your soul.
Oh, I thought he was talking about children. That's weird. That's a lot less weird.
If I say yes, what can you do?
I feel like that's 6 seconds.
Yeah. So no answer then. This is very 10 years
I
of
like the idea that I kill this thing and it's just like, oh, well, nothing, I guess.
Just squash it.
This thing moves forward and sees the thing coming out of the vase and goes to.
Man, I should have went one on top of it. God damn it.
Yeah, he just fucking eats it. So the thing is like negotiating with you, Daka, and isn't paying attention as the thing just like whacks it out of the air, pulls it inside its body, and you can see the little horned frog monster dissolving inside of this thing.
It's just like watching something get hit by a bus. Just
Exactly. Well, Kelly, that's real bad for you. It's not as bad as it could have been because it's not the full damage attack, but you did get critted.
That's our Mel Brooks cameo.
No, that was definitely the guy that voiced Iago, whatever his name is. I can't remember.
Gilbert Godfrey?
Gilbert Godfrey.
Gilbert Godfrey. It's like, give me 10 years. I can't do a Gilbert Godfrey. That was
Affleck.
8 points of damage to Kelly.
Well, I'm glad I drank that potion.
Yeah.
I mean, if anybody's gonna get crit, you're the best one to get crit.
I don't know. I think you're the best one to get.
No, well, you got relentless endurance. So
I have
you get a freebie on death, though.
Really
so.
bad news for you guys.
Ah,
This
fuck.
thing is starting to emit silvery smoke, and its body, while kind of liquidy and not keeping any form, seems to be gaining more mass.
Motherfucker.
Kelly.
Come the fuck on, dude. Give me something to do.
You are relentlessly chasing this beast, slashing at it with your sword over and over, and it has analyzed your patterns. It appears to be
Don't feed it any more frogs.
extremely smart.
It's learning. It's fucking kaiju bullshit.
Anything else, Kelly?
Can I be real angry at it and make it
Yeah,
die?
you can.
Sweet. I go into my barbarian rage. Oh, no, wait.
Speaking of kaiju's evolving, I always love these documentaries where the police are chasing criminals and they're like, he's evolving. And I'm like, no, he's not evolving, dumbass. He's learning.
It's called the internet. Like, come on.
I mean, he figured out a way to make people bleed slightly less. That's not evolution.
Yeah.
Finley.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot at it again.
Can you still get your 5-foot double friend bonus?
Hey, make sure you're aiming at the thing.
Yeah, the core. You know, at the core. 24. Let me roll my 2d6.
Come on, big numbers.
Well, I'll take a 6. So
You cut the core in
13.
half, and all of the creature disappears except for 2 fading light pieces of core.
guys, how many times is the little one gonna have to take care of the big guys?
You broke the thing that we had to take back.
That's fine.
You know, in the grand scheme of- What the fuck was that? They're part in here somewhere.
That was the GM getting copyright noticed for the 4th time.
No, you won't actually use the Jim Sterling trick. We'll use so many copyright infringements.
Yes,
Like,
right. Well, no,
Yes,
trust
make
me,
them
with you
fight.
guys, we've already hit that. We've hit that limit.
There we go. Great.
Is it like the Mr. Bean like explanation as to why he's not dead? Because all the cancerous cells like trying to get in and
Fight each other.
Mr. Burns, yeah.
Battle Royale.
So I want to.
No claim to leave.
Arthur, can I run over there real quick and pick up the pieces?
Yep.
I do that.
They don't feel as magic-y as you would think that they would.
That's
They
fine.
just kind of look like 2 faded crystals.
Okay.
Why did you bring a frog into this fight? I don't understand that.
I thought I could find something that would help. I didn't realize it would be a frog. Do you think you can
literally cut. Like I look inside the vase. Is it like filled with blood?
There's nothing inside the vase.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you think you could use mending on this orb?
Yeah, sure.
Not here though. And give us some time to recover before
We might
bring
need about 8 hours.
Yeah.
And an orange.
So, knock
Is there a
it.
door down here, Arthur?
Yes, there is another wooden door behind a series of pillars.
Okay. How do you guys feel about a short rest, real quick?
That would
And
be.
then it's spend some
Pretty
HP.
fucking good.
While we're doing this, I'm gonna ask Doc if he can read the rest of these pillars, see what they
All
say.
right. Well, first talk to me about this short rest deal.
Yeah. I want to spend some hit die.
Well, before you do that, talk to me about where you're resting and how you're getting it done.
I think bunk over there in the bedroll sounds like a good idea. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can start a little fire down there, and maybe cook some.
Start a fire for the third time. The thing.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I mean, sure. That's as good a place as any.
And there's all these doors and shit up here, so it's a perfect place for it to be ambushed and stuff. So it's good. I like it.
All right, so just place your guys up there. Let's see here. What's everybody's passive perceptions, real quick?
Where that's on skills?
14.
12.
Skills right hand side, top right ish.
14.
11.
Kelly and Agrim, you both hear the sound of doors opening within this facility, and you're aware that there aren't that many doors left because they've been eaten by the acid blood demon.
I mean, there's plenty of doors. It's like I can at least count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
These are
doors.
definitely doors coming from the east.
So, okay.
And then
So, like,
you hear
over here?
footsteps. Yes, you hear footsteps walking towards your campsite. They
do we
sound
know?
ponderous
Do we
and
get to
heavy.
do-
And there's also the jangle of metal on metal.
Do we get to use hit dice right now?
No, this is happening long before you get a short rest.
I like the idea that I sit down and I hear it and I'm just like, oh, fuck, it never ends. And then I go up
Can
and
I-
stand.
Yeah, I want to, well, okay, never mind.
All right. As you move there, there are 2 enormous figures approaching in full plate. They've had their helms removed and are carrying them under one arm, but they have wicked greatswords that they're wielding in one hand. These are super orcs. They're the distillation. If someone made an orc and then was like, what if we gave steroids to an orc? And then
spread the orc with another orc.
you recognize these orcs as being of a species called orogs, which are the most vile, deadly, and hateful orcs, some have said. But what is important is that they are just shy of being giant-sized.
Okay. So they're still medium? Or are they
Yes, they're
large?
still medium creatures, but just barely.
Okay. I will talk to them in Orcish, I guess. I'll be like, hail, friends. We mean you no harm.
Ugh. You speak the language.
And I
do.
like peek my head, really. I also speak it a little bit. It's pretty good.
A dwarf.
We also have a purple one and a short one back here, too.
So they keep walking towards you, but they don't look like they have any intent to stop.
What's their stature? Like, are they just kind of?
So they have their helmets off and they're holding them under their
Are they
They're not
pointing
but they
themselves
also
out
have
aggressively?
unsheathed greatswords in their hands that they're using as one-handed weapons.
Can you sheath a greatsword, though?
I mean, you
Yes,
can.
you can. There are
technically,
plenty of
but-
people that have sheathed greatswords. It requires a second person to help you unsheath and sheath it, though.
I mean, here's the thing: a great sword weighs like 8 pounds.
All right, Arthur. I do the following things.
Okay.
I take a dodge action permanently until these guys get here.
Okay. I assume.
So I'm just kind of
Yeah, you're
I like to
advantaging your
imagine-
defense.
Yeah, I'm imagining that my body is like coiled and like real tense, sort of thing, but I'm not outwardly being aggressive. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there something I can help you with? This is an Orcish, by the way.
Yeah, I'm assuming this whole conversation is in Orcish. They keep walking
Yeah.
towards you, and they're just like, "Do you have food, brother?"
We do. In fact, I can cook a meal enough for all of us if you want.
Good. Let's sit and talk. And they just keep walking towards you.
Okay.
I mean,
I'll step back like this and let them
Alright.
pass into
Yeah.
our makeshift camp.
All right, yeah, they sit down and join your camp as well. You can like hear them like visibly stretching, like crack, 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 crack.
Yeah.
They don't make any move to take off any of their armor other than their helm, but yeah, they're like doing warm downs. They're cooling offs real quick.
So, Arthur, just for narrative sakes, is there like an Orcish dish or something like that I can prepare?
Good sir, there are thousands of traditional Orcish dishes, and you might know several of them.
Okay.
Hamburgers.
I mean, all I have with
Not
us, I don't have any
hamburgers,
fresh
please,
stuff.
no. Come on, man.
And I don't have any meat. I have basic rations and
Look,
such.
there are plenty of Orcish recipes that involve turning rations into something that would be relatively eatable. You know.
So that's what I would do then.
Okay, yeah, you begin converting.
And I'm making idle conversation while this is happening. It's like, you've been in here long then,
A few days. We haven't been able to leave.
because of the giant and the cube.
Yes,
Well, we have dispatched them.
indeed. We heard
Where do
your
you-
battle. By the time we had managed to equip ourselves, you had already dispatched the creature.
You gentlemen have anything to do with him? What were they, bugbears that were around here earlier?
They're still alive then.
Yeah, they ran like a bunch of cowards.
That's unfortunate.
Well, we were kind of occupied with the, what was it, an Etten? Is that what it was technically?
Yes, it was an Etten.
Yeah, we were the big thing, and then there was some magic bullshit that was trying to eat us.
Arthur, what was the forest where the orcs were called?
You mean this forest? It's called Angan Woods.
I don't know what this is. It was on the map before. Engen Woods?
Yes,
Okay.
Angan Woods is the location that you.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Do you hail from Engen?
No, we're from further north.
How far? Are you from the demon territory?
Demon territory. Is that what your
That's
people
the-
call it?
No, that's what the long pigs call them.
We're not
We are
exactly from around here.
beyond the borders of this realm. Far, far beyond it. We come from the icelands of the north, where the orc people remain proud and strong and free. We have come in search of books.
Is this all still in Orcish? Because
Yes, everything they're saying is an orcish. Whole
Docket
conversation.
doesn't get it. I'm just like trying not to die against the wall.
I love the idea that you just like. I also serve you up like a traditional orcish meal, which I assume is like mostly. I like to idea. Arthur, if you don't mind, can I say that orcish meals are very like Polish meals?
Yeah,
So
sure.
they're very potato based and very cabbage based.
Yeah, you got to get your gosh, what's that called? Not
Starch?
brodsky. No, the thing with the beets.
Vitamins,
No.
vitamin E, D, whatever. See, I don't go down the list. I'm not sure where you're going.
Don't worry. Okay, you guys keep going. I'll get it.
Is this enough time to use hit dice?
Not
You
yet.
mean
It'll
you
happen
mean
eventually.
Are you talking about Rusk?
Borscht.
Funny enough, Dave, brats and kielbasa's, that's like 50% of my diet. So I know what you're on about.
I honestly really hate that dish, by the way. But yeah,
You don't like borscht?
dude, come on, it's nasty.
It's
Ugh.
that's like, we need to make this, thing last for a week. Let's make it as thin as possible,
Borscht is
whatever.
great, y'all. Don't listen to these fucking haters. You can take any beet, you sprinkle a little bit extra sugar in that shit. Beet is gonna be amazing.
You obviously haven't had it the way the Poles cook it. Then it's salty and it's thin and
Yep.
there's nothing in it aside from purple drink.
It's just a little bit of sugar makes it
Purple
taste
drink.
better.
Sugar water purple.
I want that purple stuff.
You got some beet
Yeah.
Kool-Aid?
So I like the idea that I make like a borscht with like some sort of like just meat thrown in there, like a sausage or something like that. Yeah. And it's like we also are long distance travelers as well.
I see. What clan do you hail from?
Arthur, what was the name of the sergeant that I was under?
I don't know that we ever named him.
I thought we did. It was like some sort of German name or something like that.
I have no notes of this. Anything you'd like to say now, I will accept.
Does he just direct that question towards Kelly?
I was
Yeah, just Kelly.
I was with the Kleiner clan.
Kleiner.
Yes, we fought many demons where I'm
I have
from.
not heard the songs of Clan Kleiner. Do you have any?
Maybe you've heard the songs of Recliner, like Lazy Boys.
Lazy boy.
I have not heard the songs of the Lazy Boy.
It's a war drum song, Arthur.
But he's like
And it's
drinking the beet soup. It's your bowls are so tiny compared to their massive faces.
And I'm playing on the drums, like on the bowls, you know, or on a pot or something. Right? So it's a war
Copyright
chant.
number 7.
It's a war chant that tells the tale of a lazy orcish warrior.
Well, he comes from a land down under.
No, nothing like that. Stop taking away my moment, fucker. It tells the tale of a lazy orcish warrior who would rather peel potatoes than fight. And everyone called him a coward. Yeah.
Until you get to the Phil Collins drum solo. I can feel it.
All right, you know what? Fuck it. Yes, that's all that happens, and I'm not going to elaborate on any more narrative because everyone wants to make fun of me.
Yeah, you should try. You should try being the game master.
Tell me more about dragon sex.
I mean, when you say that, the two Orogs look at each other, and one of them's like, "Have you met any of the grand dragons, great worms?"
A black one.
Really, bloodality. How fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
How was it? They say that few meet it and survive. You must be a great warrior.
Was it the black one or the green one that we met?
You haven't met any dragons.
No.
Uh-huh.
The number of dragons in this campaign you have met are 0.
We fought kobolds that were allied.
You fought black
with them or
kobolds.
something.
Yes.
Followers of, I think.
Well, we simply negated its woman womb, the egg hatchery, whatever you want to call it, from happening.
I have heard that the southern dragons do foul deeds like that.
Yes, even I don't understand why you'd want to lay with something like that, but
The
who
white
knows what
dragons of the
and
flow.
emotions are.
The white worm of the flow is much more graceful in its choices.
Ellie, I'll tell you why, because humans are fucking weird.
Amen, brother.
Humans are weird.
Yes, humans are indeed strange.
So you said you came here looking for words. Did you find any?
We have come to take the words of this place and hope that we can add their wisdom to the clan lore.
I point at Duck and was like, we have a clan. This is my clan now, but he is a lore master.
So
He knows many words.
the Orog that you've been speaking to switches to common and says, "Lore master."
Or like, yeah, I've got like really dark veins coming out of my face because we haven't had a chance to heal yet. I'm just like, yes.
Your war leader says that you have much and many words to speak of knowledge of this place.
Oh, I didn't get a really good chance to look, but in the pillars in there are inscriptions in a
You
language I understand.
Speak this language.
I do.
What would it take for you to provide us with translations?
About 60 minutes so I can regain my strength.
You ask for nothing in exchange.
What would you do
How
with
about knowledge for
knowledge?
knowledge?
What
What
would
would you
you
do?
have learned?
You come from farther up north, right?
We come from the clans of the Flow, where most orcs live.
We've heard that there's a seasonal war. It's a very odd thing that happens. Do you know
It
much
is
more
not
about
odd.
that?
It happens every year. And we know much of it.
Well, in my time, wars were usually one and done, you know, to use a colloquialism.
This one has gone for over 80 years.
Hmm.
Far beyond my lifetime or the lifetime of my sire.
What started it?
If you listen to the humans around here, you would say that the demons started it. But the demons say that the humans attacked first. Which story would you prefer to hear?
Prefer to hear your side of the story.
I can just pop his head up again. I mean, judging by the people we've met, I'm going to believe in demons because humans are assholes.
True.
There are many whom work for Stolfin Black. He sends agents, powerful heroes, out into the world in order to do his bidding. In the Northlands, in the Flow, we have welcomed one of his people among us, the Reclaimer Yalwyn. She sings of the old days. Many orcs flock to her banners when they hear of the depravities that the humans bring upon those who share
was her
their
name?
blood. Reclaimer Yalwyn, Yalwen.
Can I search my memory bank to see if I?
You have no recollection of Reclaimer Yalwyn.
Okay, so it's not that old or
Yes.
older than. Okay, yeah.
Is
Roger
black.
that.
They say, she says, and many of our lands believe, that this devil lord, this demonic figure, the archdemon, whatever he wishes to call himself and what others call him, came in peace, speaking of revolution against the leaders of different nations that refuse to accept his ideas. The Flow are not his enemies, but nor are we his allies. They pass among us as traitors and recruiters, ministers and warriors. But we are not of them, as some would say.
Hmm.
If you wish to know my opinion, it is that the goal of this demon lord is ambitious indeed, for him to try to claim all the world, but he will never claim the Flow, nor does he attempt to. And for that, I believe him to be very wise.
We've heard a lot about this character recently. It's a long story. We're not from this time.
I see. Well, you should take care.
That doesn't seem to surprise you.
I apologize if we do not seem as emotional as you. We Orogs are a very steady people. But also, when you pass through the lands that we have seen so many times over many wets and many dries, you see things. I once came upon the Brigadier General Mauricio riding his terrible mount. It is the only time in my life I have fled in fear from a creature, an ice beast with wings like a bat. and the screech of a hawk. There is not much in life that can frighten me, but that thing will haunt my nightmares forever. Even thinking about it right now, I'm very scared. And you look, he just looks exactly the same.
Scared face.
Their expressions have not changed at all during this entire conversation.
Yeah.
I have one question for you, and perhaps you've seen it before in your travels or maybe in a book or something. I like grab Finley and I turn him around and I point his head down. I was like, this marking right here, do you know anything of it?
Oh, yeah, that one.
I know nothing of that. But if you wish to know more, perhaps you should travel to the clans of the Flow. One of our ancient lore masters might have heard a song of it. There is great knowledge. I apologize, but I am no scholar, nor am I a singer. I am one of the co-leaders of the band that has been sent here in order to gather knowledge. We are chosen because we are strong and fast and well liked among the demon tribes, not because we are smart.
You said you're liked among the demon tribes.
We have done nothing to offense them in our time.
Do you have anyone there that we can perhaps talk to? Are you on talking terms with them?
Talking is all that we do, but yes. If you wish to
Perhaps
speak with them, 2 days travel north, there will be a village where they are gathering for the campaigns. If you approach with no weapons out, they will allow you to come and speak and leave in peace. But you should know that speaking with them in these human lands is considered a great and terrible offense. If you return to the human lands and speak of it, they will kill you simply because you spread heresy or disease or whatever nonsense the humans wish to make up.
I don't think any of us are afraid of simply dying anymore. But thank you for the warning.
There should be nothing more frightening than dying, especially if you have left work undone.
Yeah, well, we've been gifted in that regard, I suppose.
Thank you for the borscht. It was borscht.
I know. It was
Borscht-tastic.
very thin. It's the best I could do, given with what we have.
I've had worse.
Is there anything in this place that we should be aware of outside of
Dogs.
Do you know how many?
We could not count them.
We don't know how to count.
No. It is simply that you would look at a dog and then moments later it would be gone and move several feet to the left, then to the right, behind you. Sometimes they would fall on us from above.
Can I? Is this a nature or
Oh,
what kind of check
it's
would this be?
definitely a nature. This is the most naturey check you could possibly make.
Because I think I know what this is as a player, but I don't know if Doc would know it. Nope.
No.
Because I think
Proficient in nature.
Why don't you go ahead and make a roll if you're interested?
That looks
Yeah.
like a double roll.
there you go.
That's a blink dog pack for sure. There's a pack of blink dogs running around in here.
Ooh, wonderful.
For the uninitiated, like I am, are they just teleporting dogs?
Yeah, pretty much.
So they're not like displacer beast kind of thing.
Blink dogs and displacer beasts are natural enemies.
Hmm.
They're basically opposites.
I hate those displacer beasts. They're so inhuman.
Well, if we can use our hit dice,
Whole pack of nothing.
Yeah. If you have nothing else to do, the Orog that's been talking to you looks at the other Orog, and he like leaves his greatsword and helm around the campfire you set and goes wandering off into the facility. And you guys can, during the short rest, use your hit dice now.
yeah. And after I've regained my strength,
Yay.
I'll lead them into the pillar room and start reading out what the.
So before you finish regaining your strength, the other Orog comes back with the 2 demon pots.
Jesus.
and he's just like putting them in a backpack. So if you remember, there was all those backpacks that were lined up. He's just like taking one, he's like pulling all of the crap in it out and sticking these pots in there. Some of you got better hit dice rolls than the others.
I'm still gonna roll mine.
Might use my last one because, yeah, I guess.
Where am I right now? There I am.
Oh wait, I can roll another one.
Yeah,
You can roll as many as you want.
You have
All
3.
right, I'm gonna roll one more.
Remember, you only recover 2 hit dice every long rest, so
That's
if
fine.
you use all 3, you won't be fully healed.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm doing all too.
Okay.
That actually got me back up to full health, so I'm happy.
I'll take an 11.
Yeah, after an hour's rest, you guys like wipe some sweat down, eat some food, drink some water, just, you know, literally rest for a little while, and with the warmth of the campfire, you feel a hell of a lot better.
Mm-hmm. Well,
All right, so you
back into
go
the room
and
and
help
see-
translate the Sylvan runes in here.
Yeah.
There's nothing particularly special about the room, except that it basically speaks of how it's like a how to consecrate a Sylvan temple, basically. However, what would be like the communal area where one would have worshipped a Fey patron has instead been desecrated. I was going to say deconsecrated, but desecrated to a demonic entity.
sorry, which one?
So this icon at the bottom, where the pots
Okay.
were,
Yeah.
has been desecrated, and the gold has been reshaped into the face of some sort of grinning demon with 2 giant tusks and a huge face and 2 huge horns. It looks kind of like a Oni.
Could I?
Oh, cool.
Would I know if Kelly would be able to mend this thing back to its original shape?
No, I mean it's been.
Pretty sure I can
It
do
is
magical
now
stuff.
a new shape, basically, and it's fucking huge. I mean, it's a 15-foot wall-sized face.
Oh yeah, traditionally broken stuff I can mend, but I don't think I can like if
Different
someone like
stuff you can't put the
Yeah,
back.
it's not
like
broken.
imagine
it's-
like a painting, right? And someone paints over it. I can't mend to the original painting, right? If anything, it would mend it back to the original canvas if that's how it works. So
well, because it's not broken, it's just different.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I feel like now is a good time to take our halfway break
Hell yeah.
as you're
my
looking over
man.
this weird gold demon face. Guys, we'll be back in about 8 minutes for the second half. Prepare yourselves. Man, my hair is fucking wild right now. Enjoy some
Hell
break
yeah.
music.